There has been a heated debate erupting recently between two sports icons, StephenASmith and Sheryl Swoopes, over comments made by Swoopes about the Indiana Fever team that seemingly left out star player Caitlin Clark. The controversy has stirred strong reactions from fans and analysts alike, with Smith interpreting Swoopes' remarks as a slight against Clark, while Swoopes insists that her intentions were misunderstood. Here's a look at what transpired and how both sides are presenting their case. During a recent post-game analysis, Sheryl Swoopes, a WNBA legend and Hall of Famer, praised the Indiana Fever team for their collective performance. While she highlighted the contributions of various players, she notably did not mention Caitlin Clark, the young star who has been a standout in the league.
I think the Olympic break really helped Indiana.
Absolutely.
Like, they look like they've spent time, whether they took time off or not, but they worked on stuff. This Indiana team, I'm going to say shout out to Lexi Hull. I'm a big Lexi Hull fan. Watch her in AU. Lexi Hull shot the leather off the ball in their game against Seattle and just couldn't miss. Kelsey Mitchell is just broken. She is just shooting the basketball. Aaliyah Boston, almost a triple-double. I know we're talking about teams where they can move and things changing, but if Indiana continues to play the way they're playing like this, they too are going to move up in the standings.
This omission did not go unnoticed by ESPN's StephenASmith, who quickly took to his platform to call out Swoopes, suggesting that she was deliberately downplaying Clark's impact.
My cold open, but I'm going to mention it now, and that's Caitlin Clark herself of the WNBA. Let's get to the WNBA and this sensational rookie from the Indiana Fever who continues to be box office. Clark and the Fever currently lead the WNBA in average game attendance and per game TV viewership. But despite the attendance and viewership records, there seems to be some haterade in the league in regards to Clark, starting with WNBA legend Sheryl Swoopes herself. She recently spoke on her podcast, Queens of the Court, and didn't mention the rookie when speaking of Indiana's rise in the standings. So no, Caitlin Clark. Sheryl Swoopes. No, Caitlin Clark. Respectfully, Sheryl Swoopes, you have any idea how that makes you look? You have any idea how that serves to stain any kind of critique of Caitlin Clark, because that gives fodder to those who believe she's being hated on and ostracized to some degree? Do you realize that, Sheryl Swoopes, you're insane to do that? Let me tell you why you're insane to do that. Because Sheryl Swoopes, you're one of the greatest players ever in the history of basketball. That's why. See, you won a championship in college at Texas Tech. You won 3 Olympic gold medals. You won 4 WNBA championships. You know basketball. You know basketball better than me. You know basketball than any of the pundits. You know basketball better than most of the men that play basketball. There is no way in hell you just accidentally left Caitlin Clark's name out of that soliloquy that you dropped about the Indiana Fever. Stop it. You know that. Stop it. Everywhere you turn, Indiana Fever is breaking records. All Sheryl Swoopes did was validate all the speculation that there's folks hating on Caitlin Clark. That's all she did.
Smith's comments were sharp as he accused Swoopes of harboring resentment towards Clark, implying that the legendary player might feel threatened by the young star's rising prominence. He went on to emphasize Clark's undeniable talent, pointing out that she has been a game changer for the Fever and that failing to acknowledge her contributions was unjust. In response to StephenASmith's criticism, Sheryl Swoopes addressed the situation head-on. She clarified that her intention was never to diminish Caitlin Clark's abilities or contributions to the team. Swoopes explained that her focus was on giving credit to the entire Indiana Fever squad, particularly those players who often don't receive as much attention in the media. She emphasized that Clark's performances have been consistently celebrated and that she wanted to highlight the efforts of her teammates who also play crucial roles in the team's success. Swoopes further stated that the media's constant focus on Clark, while deserved, often overshadows the achievements of other players who work just as hard on the court. She reiterated that her comments were about recognizing the team as a whole and ensuring that the contributions of all players are acknowledged. The exchange between StephenASmith and Sheryl Swoopes has sparked a larger conversation about the media's role in sports narratives and the balance between highlighting individual stars and recognizing team efforts. While Smith's passionate defense of Caitlin Clark is understandable, Swoopes' perspective on the importance of team recognition also holds merit. As the debate continues, it's a reminder of the complexities involved in sports commentary and the different ways in which players' contributions can be appreciated.